Lawwin Media Network.
Bringing to you the most relevant content across all platforms.
Business, legal, politics, health, lifestyle, and entertainment.
Your source for all the news and updates in the greater Houston community from Texas and all over the world.
Get informed and empowered with Lawwin Media Network.
Hello there. And it's getting cold in our planet. So unless you're in Australia and New Zealand, well then you better keep warm. And you know how we keep warm? We cook and we share and we knock on our neighbors' doors and we tell them, "Hey, you want some okonomiyaki?" So that's what we're doing today. Episode O for okonomiyaki. Baliktad. Okonomiyaki. So let's get started. We have another episode with our favorite commentator, advisor, suggestion giver, Miss Maridel Anama, Mengito Anama. And we will be doing the Japanese omelette / pizza. Stay with us. Welcome to the Commissary Kitchen. Here we are again with another exciting episode, and this time it's episode O for, and we will have a face-off. By the way, I'm Nancy Reyes-Lumen at your service, and you know, Commissary Kitchen is really having a test kitchen in your own home. And we are all home cooks, so we watch a lot of cooking shows, and some of them you just watch, but you never tried it. But here in Commissary Kitchen, we do that for you. We try it and then we tweak it. So this time in episode O, we're getting okonomiyaki, which is a Japanese pizza. And just to make it fun, I'm going to make a Pinoy version, and I'll call it okenami. You know how Filipinos are. We like to innovate, and that's what's nice, sharing ingredients and then blending cultures, and eventually, you know, you get to know each other's cuisine. Now, okonomiyaki is a very popular snack, and it's a dish you always see in Japanese restaurants. But what is it? They say it's a pizza. Is it a pizza? Is it an omelette? Is it a pancake? Is it yummy? Yes. Is it easy? Yes. And that's what we will show you. And together with that, we will make the Pinoy version. I am right now enjoying. I cut up my okonomiyaki, and I'm putting it on. I'm putting sauce in it. First, let's talk about the ingredients involved in okonomiyaki. So you will need flour, and to boost the flour and to activate the flour, we will be adding some baking powder, and then the seasonings and the flavorings would be dashi, which is actually the smell is so good. Yeah. This is the bonito flakes. Related to this katsuboshi, these are bonito flakes shaved from a smoked fish that has been so preserved like it's almost as hard as stone. And here is dashi. This is a seasoning that gives very, very rich flavor to soup stocks, to Japanese dishes, and it's a very good investment for you to try. We will also be using pickled ginger, and the main ingredients would be onion leaves, and I'm very happy to say we will be using cabbage, a lot of cabbage. This nutrient is so good. Cabbage is so simple, it's always available, it's high in fiber, it helps with digestion, and a lot of antioxidants in cabbage. Look at that, so simple. There's even a trivia about this. If you don't want to have, if you're planning to go drinking at night and you don't want a hangover the next day, eat some cabbage. That it will balance and it will neutralize some, not all, some of the alcohol that stays in your tummy. Okay. So we will be using this together with flour, baking powder, and this one for seasoning and adding that. We will also be adding some panko just for texture and to keep it crunchy. In the same way, we will also be doing that for the Pinoy, but we'll go to the Pinoy version. Let's first concentrate on our okonomiyaki version, the Japanese version. The simplest way to make okonomiyaki is just to add very simple ingredients, and then later on you can add what you want. But now the basic would be, we will be putting baking powder. Baking powder will be activated and will keep the okonomiyaki crunchy. They want a little sugar. So adding all the dry ingredients first. And then we can add in our water. You can add soup stock if you want. What you're actually doing is we're forming a batter. And you will see if your batter is wet enough when you run the batter through, and you see that it clears up like that. Okay? But we still have to accommodate, let's say, half of this cabbage and our onion leaves. That's why you keep your water on the side in case you need more, and panko for added texture. Usually the panko is the one that will absorb. In case you added too much water, then you can add panko to absorb some of the liquid. But this is already good. And they add the red kind of ginger, which I don't have, so I'm using my pink pickled ginger. Of course, we will be adding dashi. Very little dashi goes a long way. So what are we making? I was thinking, this cannot be pizza because there's no crust. It cannot be an omelette because there's no egg. So this is what actually pancake. Alright, we will be adding panko, which is breadcrumbs, for added crunchiness. Of course, I know in your mind, you already have an inkling that this is very much like our ukoy. That's it. It's how simple as it gets. These are the ingredients that you will use for the sauce. So put that aside and use it later for the Pinoy version. So once you have this, heat up your oil. Okay, we're going to oil our skillet. And once you see that, you have to see the texture like this. This is the texture, right? So let us spread this into the hot skillet. Try to shape it into a, traditionally it would be like a round pancake to be topped by some bacon. And then we top it with bacon. Bacon fat will add the saltiness to the pancake. So you have to brown the underside, and when you can sense that, there, it's slidey already. So flip it, boom, to the other side to cook the bacon part. We will also make from the same skillet, we will do the sauce, which is actually Worcestershire sauce, ketchup, oyster sauce, soy sauce, some honey. That's it. You can buy it. It's called okonomi sauce. You can buy it, but you can make your own. So I would try to flip it now. As you have seen, I had not a wardrobe malfunction, but a cooking malfunction because I was too impatient in trying to flip it. But lesson learned, number 1, do not make it too wide. Only as wide maybe as your spatula will do it. Alright, your turner. So although it's still just as good, another lesson learned is add oil enough to fry it hot and crunchy. Right? Don't skip too much on the oil. Now here we are with the real one. Now I'm going to flip again. Boom! There. That's the color that you want. If you peep underneath, this is the color you want to make sure that your bacon is cooked. We are okonomiyakiing this pancake with bacon underneath. I'm now going to be more patient in waiting to see or feel that it is already done. Because I have to flip it back again. But here you see how it's crunchy. And what we can do now is I will mix up our sauces. So it's really one part soy sauce, 1 part ketchup, 2 parts of oyster sauce, and one of the favorite liquid seasonings in Japanese cooking, the Worcestershire sauce, which they also sometimes call it the bulldog, and honey. You can just heat it up very quickly on medium. And what's the taste? I can already imagine the taste would be sweet, sour, and umami. You can actually hear. Sometimes, listening is part of cooking. So, here we go. There we go. So, that's our okonomiyaki. But, again, I'm seeing that my bacon is loose. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flip this again. And we just add the bacon on top. So what happened? Why did my bacon not stick? Maybe because I didn't have enough batter to hold it into my pancake. Alright, my okonomiyaki is cooked brown on both sides with the detached bacon. So let's put the bacon on top. There. And then what they do is they brush it with the sauce. Let's brush it with the sauce. They brush over the sauce on it. and that's gonna make my bacon stick. And to top it all, the katsuboshi, which is very delicate, light, bonito flakes that will add more umami to the okonomiyaki. And that is our okonomiyaki Japanese pizza.
Welcome to Season 4 of Be Bold. Why not? Get ready to make bold changes in your life with MJ Concepcion. Dive deeper into the discussions. Listen to the unstoppable voices of MJ and her guests, the legends and the rising stars. Join the celebration of talent, sport, passion, and the power of music. Tune in every Monday 7 p.m. Central, Tuesday, 8 a.m. Philippines. See you there.
In a world filled with fleeting moments, there's beauty waiting to be captured. My name is Christian, and I specialize in immortalizing your most precious memories. From elegant weddings to vibrant events and timeless portraits, I'm here to make every moment unforgettable. Let me tell your story through the lens. Contact me today and let's create.
Okay, so you saw the palpak that happened. I don't know, Maridel, are you there? I think what I did that wasn't right was my batter was too dry. I should have added a little more water to activate also the baking powder with the flour,
Yes,
right?
yes, yeah.
Yeah, I
Because
guess you're the one
it was so
who's
thick,
good in.
so yeah. Or when you put the
Yeah.
bacon, you should put pasted it with a little water or something. That might have worked a little better. Then your
Or
bacon
yeah, I
wouldn't have
should have
fallen
pressed
down.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, if my
not just press, but
batter.
wet it with water or whatever your liquid is to attach it so it won't. That was the only
Yeah.
thing. But the palpak is, you're right. I'm also like that. I get impatient and I
Uh-huh.
just make a mess. So
Well, no, kasi what it said there is add enough water. So when it goes like that, when you say enough, I'm not, I don't like to put too much. So what happens is, what that was it. Actually, the first one just crumbled, which means sabi ko, I think I need to add more water.
your liquid, yeah.
So yeah, or maybe it should have had some cornstarch. It's actually like a pancake. The Korean pancake I made before
Yeah.
was really good, but it had baking powder, cornstarch, and flour.
Yes, the cornstarch kind of thins. It's almost like you could have just used cake flour. It would have been as
Ah,
light
okay.
as
Yeah. Also,
because
like when I make ukoy,
yeah,
my ukoy is the same amount of flour with the same amount of cornstarch,
yeah,
and then a little baking powder.
yes. I mean, and that's why I'm saying the corn flour. Oh, I mean, the cornstarch will always lighten your flour and make it. Even for tempura, same
Yeah.
thing. You have to
Well, tempura. I still have to master that.
remember.
I
Remember, I did that for my when we handled the tea room. Supposedly, I was supposed to do the cheapest food cost. And at that time, it was cheap to make tempura. So I learned how to make the tempura batter from a very old Japanese cookbook. And I still have the recipe somewhere. And, but then you get lazy because now you see tempura mix and all this. So you end up using it. But the original one, you have to use ice water and then you have to rest the batter in the refrigerator to thicken it before you can use it. So
yeah. So anyway, okonomiyake,
Yes.
I found out it's quite popular, but frankly, I'm not a fan.
It's a street food, right? They have it in the vendor
Uh,
stalls and all that. So yeah,
yeah, yeah. Actually, I like it. I liked it because of the repolyo, the cabbage, which makes
cabbage.
it a snack with a lot of fiber. So that was I like that.
Well, it's
Any
their version
comments,
of ukoy.
question? Huh?
It's their version of ukoy, actually, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. No, pero ukoy is not dito. Ang daming flour. It has a lot of flour.
ah,
See? So I said, is it a pizza? Is it a pancake? Is it maybe the recipe I tried made it really add more flour. Maybe I should have added more water or less flour.
one of the two, but it came
Yeah.
out okay. I mean, it looked picture perfect at least. No,
Yeah.
and I
So
was going to say, you use the bacon. So do they have it also with either anchovies or ham or prosciutto or you know something
that's the
else?
classic. That's the classic version.
The classic has bacon,
Yeah.
Japanese bacon.
I don't know what Japanese bacon is, but that bacon. I
Mm.
think yung bacon ko was too thick. The Canadian bacon siguro I used. So it
Yeah, no, you
made
have to
the
use
big
thin,
one.
yeah, more like a Hormel thin bacon rather than the thick Canadian or thick slab bacons that are popular now.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's why this episode is kind of short because it ended with in a tragedy.
But how about the Filipino one? What were you doing for the Filipino okonomiyaki?
I instead I still had cabbage and I tried malunggay, but
Mm,
we've done malunggay pancake before. I'm sure
yeah,
you have. Yeah. So I was
yeah.
going to try it with tocino instead of
Nice.
bacon. So I'm not
Did you
sure
do it?
how it came out. Huh?
Did you do it? Are we gonna see it?
No, no, I'm not sure. But anyway, um, on another side, like we talked something on current now about bagoong. So I
Yes.
was able to. I found an old bottle of pink. That pink alamang. I don't like
Yes.
it that way. I'm very Tagalog. Some Bisaya, they like it pink that way, and then you just add or you don't overcook it. Me, I like overcooking the alamang until all the liquid or I press it out until it all dries up so that
Like the ones that are canned that are bottled by Barrio Fiesta, talagang
yeah,
dark. I mean, they really,
oo,
you know,
oo.
ganon, yung cooked until the oil comes out.
Yeah, well, it's dark because they add sugar also, or
Yes,
some
yeah,
some even add molasses
just to make it dark.
because
But
yeah,
you're right. You cook it down.
oo.
So the
So
alamang you don't like. Me, I like amunamon,
what's that?
the black one from Ilocos.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
It has a
yeah.
different
Well,
flavor. Yeah. But for kare kare you have to have the traditional bagoong,
that's
whether
why
it's cooked down.
fellow Philams and other people who are in the US who love kare kare without the bagoong. I know it's lonely, so what you can do is
Use
I
patis.
know, huh?
Patis works. Patis
Yeah, or you
hasn't been
can
banned yet.
no, you can buy the shrimp paste and then
Yes.
add the hibe. There are some that are really really fine hibe and crush it na lang. But that's
Yeah.
going to be kind of salty already, and then just saute it with your tomatoes and a lot of
Garlic
pork
and onion.
pork fat. So anyway, we were digressing only because we want to stay current um,
What
about
are
the
you showing? Are
social.
you going to share your video of the bagoong that you made?
We will see. Let's
I
see if they were able to save it. Because frankly, I wasn't really so excited. So let's ask. Let's try to go back to the show and
okay,
see what happened.
to your okonomiyaki.
Okay nami. Okay nami.
Okay namin. Oh, okay namin.
Okay nami.
Okay, let's
Hindi
see it.
okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
On.
Having learned from the Japanese okonomiyaki version, we will now do a Pinoy version, an innovation by here in Commissary Kitchen. And we're ready to try anything. And you know, that's what's exciting when you try to innovate. So again, we will start with flour and the baking powder. You need that. Now, a note on the baking powder. Guys, don't put too much, okay? I will give you the proportion in the notes if you ask for it. Normally, it would be, let's say, 1/4 teaspoon to 1/3 cup of flour, okay? Some would put a little more, but that's safe enough, okay? Because you still have pangko. Okay, I will put mushroom seasoning powder, just a little, because we will also be adding our Mamacita palabok mix. Why did I think of using this? First of all, I like the color. Secondly, there's already a flavor in it, and it has already a binding ingredient, which is the cornstarch, which we need also. And why not, you know? It's so very Pinoy. It can be like a palabok pancake. That's why we call it okay na rin mi. So just mix this up together, and then again we will have to wet our batter. You can use broth, but I never mind, just stick to water because the palabok mix already has its own flavor. Shrimp, actually you can even add shrimp to this and make it your palabok yaki. No, it doesn't sound good. Palabonomiyaki. Okay, so that, and then proceed with our onion leaves and our cabbage. And we will still need some pangko for added crunchiness. Mix this up. I should make this batter a little more wet. Maybe I might need patis, but maybe not. I can always add my patis after I have already tasted it or while I'm eating it. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot. Maybe if you'd like, you can add a little sugar. And those will be for our sauce. We will be making a sauce out of, like the lumpia sauce. We'll do that with a little innovation. Okay, here we go. So this, and instead of the bacon, syempre, because it's Pinoy, we will do tocino, but I slice it really thin so that it will cook correctly, and it will not be raw. Alright, here we go. Again, oil it well. With a good pan. Again, I learned, don't put too much, just enough for the width of your turner. See, let's form this first into a rounded pancake. And while it's still wet, I'm going to put in some of my tocino. Okay. Testing, testing. There you go. Okay. So we wait for that. You know, you have to listen to your pan. While it's sizzling, it means that it's getting crunchy. I'm ready to flip it. Boom! Yay! Okay. Patience is a virtue. That was about 3 to 5 minutes of waiting because my okinami is a little thick. So now we have to make sure that the tocino will cook. Now what I noticed is that the olive oil I placed in, which was about 2 teaspoons, got absorbed. So when you want to fry something like that, you can either use peanut oil or olive oil or any kind of oil that you don't mind absorbing into your system. Maybe now's a good time to share a life value. Since we made the big mistake with okonomiyaki and I was too impatient, and here is what I made out of the mistake I did. I learned, chefs are not perfect. I'm not making an excuse for myself, but don't also try to always try to be perfect. Okay. And when there's mistake like what I did, well, like I learned, I'm eating my humble pie and I'm being humble and I admit my mistake and learn from it. So that the next time I do it, I know I have to be more patient and make my batter a little more wet, things like that. We learn from our mistakes. That's what our grandmothers, our great-grandparents, our great-great-great ancestors who said. Simple as that. Learn from your mistake. And how do you learn from your mistake? By first admitting you made a mistake, and secondly, being humble to accept that you made a mistake, and then thirdly, learn from it. So that's our life value for today. As for Ma'am Tess Tuason's hacks, well, what she said was before we even start to fry or to pan fry our pancake, take a little and taste it, taste the batter and see if you can adjust any of the seasonings. Yay! It looks good. So that is our Okinami version of the Okana Miyaki pizza, Japanese pizza. Just make sure that really your tocino is well cooked. So this is a better ending with the Pinoy version of our Okinami. And now, we can make our sauce from the same pan. But you have to really work quickly with this because it involves caramel. So that's about 1 teaspoon of sugar. Caramelize that. And then we will be adding soy sauce once it has turned into caramel. Or you can use patis, but soy sauce is nicer to duplicate the color of the sauce of the Okanami sauce. Okay, so it has already caramelized. I just want to be very sure. I'm adding my soy sauce. At this point, this would be already like your lumpia sauce. But I wouldn't, unless you add water and cornstarch. I will now add some ketchup to thicken it. Keep it like this, or you can dilute it a little with some water. Just to dissolve the caramel. And that's your very easy and quick sauce for our okay na rin. Okay na me. We're going to paint again. Let me just cool this a bit. We're going to paint the sauce on it. And what will I put on top? Aba, of course. If they have the kotsuboshi, we have the chicharon on top. This is something interesting that you can buy. Chicharon flakes, which is also good for your palabok. And a little more, add some of the green onions. And there you have the face-off of okonomiyaki and the okenami version, the Pinoy version. And this is the lesson learned version. So with that, we want to thank you again for being with us, being patient with us here at Commissary Kitchen at your service. It's always to learn from mistakes, to learn what we watched and then to tweak it or to test it or to see how we can change the taste or adjust it or expand it. There's so many things you can do. And some of you will just watch it, but we will watch it and do it here for you. Welcome to any of the comments, suggestions, even the corrections you want to tell me. And we welcome all that. In fact, if you'd like to join in, let us know so we can put you on board. You know, you might have more ideas than you think you can share with us. All right. Thank you very much. And this is Nancy Reyes-Lumen again here at the Commissary Kitchen, having fun while discovering a lot of new things.
Yeah, so there, Maridel, we did the Okinami version,
And that came out
and
really well.
well, yeah, yeah. Except na I was still disappointed with the very first one. I thought I didn't do well with the Pinoy version. Ayun pala okay rin. Okay
No,
na
it
mi.
was okay. But I have one comment.
Uh-huh.
When you were talking about life lessons, you actually have to channel Julia Child. When she makes a mistake, woo, and then she just continues going on, and as if nothing happened. And you have
Really?
to do that. Yeah, Julia Child taught me that, and this one guy that I follow on YouTube is Josh Weissman. He made a very good adobo. And he's also one when he's cooking and it drops, he goes, "Oh well," and then he just goes on, and he says, "We all make mistakes."
Yeah.
But Julia Child was the queen of that. That's why you see her with a chicken. That
That's
chicken
why we
fell.
love
The
her.
chicken picked it up, and then she says, "Oh, let's just cook it," And that's when I saw you saying that, I said, "Nance, you just did a Julia Child."
You know what? Julia Child was trying to flip a pancake, and it
Yeah.
stuck to the
Yeah.
ceiling.
So that's how it
Her
should be when we're cooking.
winning.
Whether it's for audiences, or, as you said, we're only human. We make our mistakes, and we learn from our mistakes. But for the audience to know that it's not only happening to you; it also happens to us, right?
But you know, when artificial intelligence comes in and it's perfect, you'll never know. You'll never know if that was an artificial person or not. So you know, it's nicer here that we're human and that we breathe hot
And we
air,
make
cold
mistakes.
air, and we cook, and our hands, like these are the hands of a 70-plus-year-old
Yes, here
woman,
too.
hardworking woman, and the burn marks.
Yes. Do you
That's
know
why
that for all of you who work in the kitchen, right? Like if you're like me, I work in the kitchen. I've always been baking. So you have, even if you're using mitts, hot pans, and all this, I had a hard time doing biometrics. I have no fingerprints.
me too.
Yeah. So
Ano
talagang yeah. That's
ano ba
because
tayo?
we no because we really holding hot pants and all this, all these
Oh,
years,
oh.
wala
No, I
talaga.
think, no, we're old na talagang
No,
nag-fade
no,
out.
no. This is even before. This is before, for biometrics, for fingerprinting, for your Bassett training and all that. They go, you need to go harder because there's nothing coming out. So that's because we cook. That's what you said. We use our hands a lot. So
Okay.
up to now.
All right. So, folks, you've just listened to two old women sharing our sympathies with our fingerprints that are missing, and learning from mistakes and loving Julia Child. Yes,
Yes.
you should next time you'll be the one to give the life value. Okay, the
Yeah.
episode, the next episode.
The
All right.
reason why I remember this because at work we did a Julia Child afternoon. So the theme of the dinner was Julia Child, and my bosses told me do something like Julia Child. She has that blue button up, a scarf, and her pearls. That's what I did. And then of course I watched all her videos, and I'm like, ooh! And she goes that and I'll hold a dead chicken. So basically,
Okay.
that's
Hey,
Julia
by the
Child.
way, we have a comment. We have a comment from
Ah, I can't see it.
okay, where's the comment? Ito. Okay na na ano?
Okonomiyaki?
I can't read it. Ang okay na naluto nyo, ma'am. Is
Oh, do you see? Oops.
yeah. Yeah, salamat kung sino man. Sana sana matry. From C. Jubail. Jubail. Hi, how are you? Okay na me for the win. Okay. Yeah. All
Okonomi.
right.
I think the okonomi is easier to say than okonomiyaki.
Yeah, ito sabi ni May, hindi challenging yung way ng pagluto pero ang challenging yung pagbanggit ng name. Correct. I could never really get it
It's
easily. Okonomiyaki.
because it's like
Okonomiyaki.
onomatopoeia.
Oh, ayan. Onomatopoeia. I kept
Onomatopoeia.
saying it. Yeah.
Okonomiyaki. Yan.
Yeah. So that's why I coined the okay na me, and then okay na you. So
Okay na yun.
for C and for May, thank you very much for your comments, and always please invite your friends to join in and give us suggestions on
Yeah.
what to do and how to improve. All right. Thank you very much, Miss Maridel, for
Anytime, Nance.
sharing, especially about the Julia Child, remembering her, and to all those who are watching on YouTube, and have fun with us, and learn with us, or also teach us if there's anything that we still would need. Thank you
Oh,
very
yeah.
much. Keep warm, no cold, no cough. Put Vic
Chest.
everywhere. Yeah, no, not just chest, armpits and everywhere.
Paa.
Down there.
No, paa.
Yes,
The
in the
feet.
paa.
Yeah.
Oo,
Yes.
yan. Yan. Sabi ni Lola Maridel and ni Lola Nancy. Thank you to May and to C for all your comments. God bless you and goodbye. Thank you.
God is good.